Thank you very much, Susanne, for the nice introduction. Dear Dr. Bernica, dear Professor Albert, dear Professor Raab and Professor Leverens, our host here, dear students, colleagues and friends, on behalf of UNESCO's World Heritage Center, I would like to very warmly welcome you to the Summer Academy here at BTU Cottbus. UNESCO has been very supportive of the initiatives at the University of Cottbus, and especially the World Heritage Studies program, as Mr. Bernica said, the first of its kind in 1998, and of the UNESCO Chair in Heritage Studies, which we inaugurated actually here in 2004. The World Heritage Convention is based on the idea that certain places on this planet are of outstanding universal value and therefore have high conservation value. It is the most important international instrument to protect and transmit cultural and natural sites, and it has been now ratified by 190 countries because Singapore just signed, but it will be in force 3 months later. So it's nearly universal now. Since St. Petersburg, which has just been mentioned, I have to admit I'm still a little bit exhausted from that session, but we have now 962 World Heritage Sites in 157 countries of the world. And to ensure effective and active measures for the protection and conservation, preservation and promotion of the values of World Heritage, the Convention needs scientific and technical studies, as well as in-depth research to enable it to truly identify outstanding universal value and to ensure long-term conservation and survival of the often fragile and very much threatened sites. You have heard the situation in Mali, which evolved during the World Heritage Committee session. And this morning when I had breakfast with Susanne, she said, Mechtild, this incredible monastery in Bhutan burned down. And I said, I immediately, 12 hours after the fire, I had informed the committee already of that situation. So it's not only the existing World Heritage sites, but also the future potential World Heritage sites, which are on tentative lists and on national registers, where we have to look after and protect them to be able to prepare these nominations and help the state parties which wishes to put them forward. The Convention promotes initiatives for education and capacity building. Indeed, the capacity building strategy, which was worked on with our advisory bodies for a long time, was adopted by the World Heritage Committee last year, and it's now in its implementation phase. Germany with 37 sites, and I looked up my old speech, which I gave in 2004 for the creation of this chair here. Germany had 27 sites, so you can calculate for yourself between 2004 and now, they managed to get 10 more sites on the World Heritage list. So Germany is a very active partner in World Heritage activities, not only as a committee member since its elections in 2011 into the committee, but also with projects and conferences, including on the occasion of the 40th anniversary. And I think, Roland, you have been there in Stralsund just before the committee meeting. And it makes an important contribution to the preservation and promotion of cultural and natural heritage of the world. Now, I think that collaborative networks and partnerships between the universities in all regions should be enhanced because they contribute to a broader and more balanced use of knowledge and know-how. The development of teaching and research at a high quality level and in development-related fields is the goal of the UNESCO Chair Programme and World Heritage Capacity Building specifically. I think that this Summer Academy contributes to new approaches to culture and natural diversity and intercultural dialogue, and through that to a greater appreciation of peace building, which I think is directly linked to the recognition of different cultures. It also contributes to a more in-depth reflection on sustainable development, which is the key topic of the World Heritage Anniversary year. So the topic was World Heritage and Sustainable Development, the role of local communities. And I would be very glad if we have an outcome for this summer academy, which can be brought forward also to the anniversary events which take place in November this year at the exact date of the 40th anniversary in Japan, where we bring together all the reflections of the one-year celebrations on the topic of sustainable development. The World Heritage Convention requires of its member states a political and legal environment for the protection of culture and natural heritage. It contributes to the creation of international standards supported by UNESCO's World Heritage Center. As we have just concluded the 36th session of the World Heritage Committee, and I hope that the students watched it, because for the first time in the history of the World Heritage Convention, it was live stream, and maybe some of you were shocked how it evolved and how things were debated there. But I think as we are celebrating the 40th anniversary, we have to face much bigger challenges. The Director General of UNESCO said at the opening in St. Petersburg on 24th of June, and I would like to quote this to you. I believe we stand at the crossroads with a clear choice before us. We can continue to gather year after year as accountants of the World Heritage label, adding more sites to the list, adhering less and less strictly to its criteria. Or we can choose another path. We can decide to act and think as visionaries, to rejuvenate the World Heritage Convention and confront the challenges of the 21st century. World Heritage is not a beauty contest. It is not a race for the greatest number of sites. The moment of glory that comes with the inscription of a site is short. It can only endure through the commitment by states, local authorities, and local communities to conservation and safeguarding for the long run. This is the mission of UNESCO. This must remain our first objective. UNESCO must ensure that the protection of sites against natural disasters and mass tourism, as well as the more insidious pressures of climate change. How many sites on the list are neglected or pillaged, victims of time, poor planning, and ill-conceived infrastructure? Too often, UNESCO is alerted by civil society, by NGOs about imminent threats to World Heritage sites. Construction projects are launched, prospection permits are delivered without proper consultation of UNESCO's World Heritage Center or in violation of the 1972 Convention. This is not acceptable, she said. 50 years ago, UNESCO showed strong leadership and saved the temples in the deserts of Egypt and Sudan. We need the same leadership today. End of quote. The vision set forth by this university and its different programs and its multicultural approach to heritage studies have proven successful and groundbreaking, and I have to underline that UNESCO is very happy to be associated here with these programs. I would like to thank the State of Brandenburg, the President of the Brandenburg Technical University at Cottbus, Professor Albert and Professor Michael Schmidt, who supported the project from the very beginning, and all students and collaborators who have embarked on the adventure of World Heritage. Thank you very much. And I have to give now a gift to Marie-Therese Albert for the World Heritage Library. It says Lost Worlds. So this is a new issue of Sciences et Vie, which is a scientific journal in France. But I hope that we don't have lost worlds with World Heritage. So this is for you. There are some critical remarks in this, I have to say. I actually wanted to bring another book, which just came out in St. Petersburg, but it's actually in the package from St. Petersburg to Paris, and I don't have a copy myself. But it's a new book on cultural landscape, which was actually prepared with one of the PhD students who worked with me before. So you will get it by post. But this is your gift today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.